Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jai Gobind and this is your channel for grace. Thank you so much for watching. Please give the video a thumbs up. Definitely subscribe and hit that notification bell if you have not done so yet. This pick a card is literally going to give you insight into what the next 3 months are going to be like for you. What I have here in front of you, these two crystal spheres, we've got the bigger one that represents Jupiter and the smaller black one that represents Pluto. So they're here to hold space, to hold their presence, to show you in a way how much bigger Jupiter is than Pluto. So a little history about, or a little wisdom about Jupiter and Pluto. Jupiter expands everything and Pluto is the planet of transformation. That's on a basic level. These two planets are coming together. So you understand the context of what this powerful conjunction is. But this conjunction is happening on April 4th, but it's actually happening 2 other times, 3 times total between now and the end of 2020. The first time is April 4th, the second time is June 30th, and the third time is in November, before the winter solstice. Now, each of these 3 conjunctions will happen once when the 2 planets are direct, and then the next one will be when they're retrograde, and then the next one will be when they're direct again. So in between, so basically this is the beginning of a cycle, a 3-part cycle that will affect you for the remaining of 2020. That's why this conjunction is so significant. These 2 planets are also in Capricorn. And I will also be making a video about the astrology chart of this day. And I'll be talking about how this day is actually a portal and how we're going to be doing a global meditation on that day as well on the channel. So if you haven't seen that yet, make sure you check that out. But coming back to, these 2 planets and these 3 phases, this pick a card is for phase 1. So this reading will give you insight into the energies, the influences that are going to be affecting you based off of this conjunction, Jupiter-Pluto, for the next 3 months until June 30th. This is what you can expect. Now, here's the other thing. This reading is going to be a little bit different than the other readings because I have used no tarot cards, so no traditional tarot. We only have oracle cards present here, and they are all from a shamanic perspective as well as a starseed, stargate perspective. So this will be a reading for you coming from the shamanic point of view, which is the view that we are all healers, that you can heal yourself by going deep within. And the reason I bring this up and the reason I'm using these type of cards is because Pluto is all about the shaman's path. Pluto is about going and taking a trip through the underworld. And as we'll see, this conjunction is literally going to be that. And then the other cards that bring in ancient societies, ancient civilizations, wisdom from ancient cultures, and even star systems and galactic knowledge, you will receive a message by way of symbols. And that is my intention here, is that these symbols, as you see these cards, will awaken in you the message that you need to hear. So let me just give you a quick introduction into the first phase. So what does this first phase of Jupiter-Pluto mean? Well, the first conjunction is going to begin a process of breaking down an expansion of Pluto's powers to destroy, change, and transform. It will initiate a journey through the underworld because Jupiter rules travel and Pluto rules the underworld. And it will expand what we've already seen so far, such as the destruction of world structures, economic, governmental, corporations, etc. Everything that we're seeing so far, we're going to continue to see more of it. Everything that started with the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, we're going to continue to see more of it. So this reading will give you insight into this first phase for you. And remember that if you want more information about this transit, I'm going to make a video about it, but I also have the Spring 2020 webinar up for sale. You can purchase the replay video for $10 right now. And all you have to do is click the link in the description of this video. So take a moment, focus on these 4 piles. Which one draws you the most? Go with your gut instinct, your gut feeling. Don't go with your mind or your intellect or your rationale. Go with the gut instinct and we will get into these readings and we'll see what's coming for you for this first phase of the Jupiter-Pluto conjunction. All right, pile number 1 here is basically your first 4 cards. We've got the thread from the archetype cards. We've got the golden egg, the phoenix, and the bat. Now, all of these cards are very symbolic, and each of them holds a lot of meaning. So I'm going to go over the meaning that sort of intertwines all these together. And it's very interesting because the thread card, right away I think, what is the thread? What is the symbol of a thread? So a thread is a piece of the whole, right? Something that connects other things together. What this tells me is that for you, these next 3 months, this phase 1 of the Jupiter-Pluto conjunction for you is about connecting the dots, understanding what the bigger picture. Kind of like the flower of life, you know, it's made with circles, but there's always the center points in between the 2 circles or the various circles, and that's the connection point, and that's what we're looking for. You're looking to connect the dots. So what is the meaning of your life? Which direction are you moving next? What has happened in the past that gives you insight into what is happening now and what will happen in the future? These are things that are kind of threaded together, and they create a web, and the web is a collection of the entire experience, maybe a whole lifetime. So these next 3 months, you are going to be activating your heart chakra. The golden egg is all about listening to your heart center. It's the unstruck sound. It's your center. It's the space where you are silent and you breathe into the existence. And there's nothing you have to say or do. You just understand, you just know. This is the heart chakra, and you love unconditionally, no matter what. The phoenix is the bird that basically rises from the ashes, transformed, goes through a powerful transformation, a powerful death, you could say a powerful Plutonian death, and then through that transformation becomes something different and reawakens, more powerful, more beautiful as the phoenix. And the bat is basically the shaman's journey. It's the journey through the symbol of death. Literally, the bat is about death and then rebirth. So the phoenix and the bat both represent the same thing. The theme for you is this transformation through, first of all, a symbolic death, and then a rebirth, and then a reawakening into who you truly are at your heart center. Now, the card that you got from this deck, which I actually don't remember what the deck is, sorry, can't remember the name right now, but it is Pantera. Pantera means panther. So you got the panther, and she is called the precious and rare. Now, what I know about panthers, before I actually read to you from their little booklet, what I know about panthers is panthers have to do with the inner child healing the inner child. It's the panther guides you through the darkness. So I feel like this panther is here to guide you through this world, through this journey through the underworld, through Pluto. And you see in this picture too that it's not just a panther, but there's also a butterfly, which is also the symbol for transformation. Just like the phoenix, you are going through you're going to have a breakthrough. That's basically what they're saying. You are going to have a breakthrough in the next 3 months, and you will be more connected to your heart center at the end of this experience. Now, here's what the book says about it's the Earth Warriors Oracle. Our faith and optimism are not meant to make us complacent, but rather to encourage us to believe that our action in the world will have a positive and real effect. There are situations where your voice, your courage, and your fearless determination are needed. You will make a difference. Cast helplessness or despair aside and find the fighter within. Fight for that which needs defending with all your heart. Do not yield. Now that's beautiful. When she, when I read the word faith, that totally right away says Jupiter. Jupiter's what gives you the faith. Jupiter is what gives you the courage, the optimism to move forward despite any fear. If you have gotten this card, the message is that you have the strength to handle any challenge, even the ones that intimidate you. And Pluto Jupiter can be very intimidating. You may feel that you are alone in the fight sometimes, but there are forces of good in spirit and upon the earth that are fighting with you, supporting you, believing in you, asking you, and championing your success. It may not always feel like it, but you are not in this alone. There is help at hand to uncover a hidden piece of information which will allow truth and justice to prevail. Now that's a very powerful message. You get the full moon in Aries. A fiery climax approaches. This is something that will be coming up for you within the next 3 months. You get the jump in from the Star Child Tarot. Jump in, Andromedan energy, adventure, say yes to change. This is the same message as the phoenix, as the bat, and as the butterfly in this picture, and also as Aries, because Aries literally jumps in. Aries is the fool that will jump off the cliff because he fully trusts that the universe will catch him. He has the confidence and the courage, and he moves forward despite his fears. He's actually not really afraid. He's that confident, that excited about what's coming, excited about change. So the message is to jump in and say yes to the change. Now the last card that you get from the Isis Oracle cards, I'll show you the image right here. There's a message on the other side of this card. And the message is, Divine Sunchild, blessings of the sun flow to you now. It is time to allow your life to flourish without limits, to let your light burn bright and without veil, just like the midsummer sun burning without contest in the Egyptian desert. It is your time to shine bright. This is very, very powerful message. We'll put that one right there. But I'm excited for you. Like I said, you're going to have a breakthrough in the next 3 months. You're going through a very massive transformation in the next 3 months. You got to trust that you're being guided, that this has to do with your healing, and that it has to do, and that you have to jump in. You have to go head first, right into the change. Go with it. Don't resist it. Because when you go with it, that is when the transformation will happen. You have to let the fire of change burn, and then rise up like the phoenix from the ashes. So I hope this reading excites you, because it is an exciting time. And I also wish you good luck on this phase 1 of the Jupiter-Pluto conjunction. All right, pile number 2, we have the Father as the archetype, and then the 3 animal cards, the peacock, the vulture, and the panther. I want you to just look at these cards for a moment and give yourself a minute to just let your mind take these symbols in and see what they kind of mean to you. And as you do that, I'll start talking about, the first card, which is the archetype card, which is basically the theme for you for these next 3 months. Now, the father is a symbol of authority. You could think of the Father card as the Emperor card in the traditional tarot. He's about authority. The Father is that Saturn-like energy that is always asks you to be responsible or to take responsibility for your actions. It wants you to grow up. It wants you to mature. So this next 3 months is going to be a process of maturing. So what that's going to look like will get revealed by all these other cards. So how are you going to be taking more responsibility in the next 3 months? How are you going to be maturing in the next 3 months? Well, it has to do with the peacock, the vulture, and the panther. The peacock is about having the vision of being able to see the inner beauty, the beauty that lies within. The peacock has this ability to assimilate everything. has this ability to, it's almost like the ultimate patience. It's almost like it doesn't react because it's that wise. It knows. And the Father is that wise sage, or that wise figure. So you're going to be learning in these next 3 months how to see the beauty within you and the beauty within other people. And you will find the patience that you need to continue just moving forward. No reactions, just wisdom. The vulture is the animal. In nature, vultures, what they do, vultures have a bad rap. But vultures, what they do is they'll eat the carcasses of dead animals. So instead of actually being like a bird of prey, or basically what that means is a bird that kills to eat, they actually eat animals that have already died. This could be animals that died of a sickness. This could be animals that died of starvation. This could be animals that just got killed and were mostly eaten, and then the vultures come in and they eat the rest of it. So what happens is what becomes the vulture is the symbol of cleaning up the mess, right? Cleaning up your messes, cleaning up the rest of it. So instead of leaving something half done, finishing it. Instead of leaving something, half there, letting it fully decompose in a way, or clearing out the gunk. And that is the process that you're going to be doing. Now, what does that relate to? When we look at the Panther card, we see a deeper message here. And that is the mess that you're cleaning up has to do with your trauma from your childhood. It has to do with inner child trauma, because the Panther is about your inner child. It's about connecting to that space. The Panther, it looks kind of scary, but the reason it looks scary is because it's your protection. He's going to protect you through this journey through the underworld. Now, the Panther is also the animal that has that darkness energy where, it hides, it lurks. You can't really find a panther, and the way it hunts is sort of really quiet, and it can see at night. It's a cat, right? So, or a feline. It could see at night, and so it travels through the darkness. And so all of these representations are, symbols of the darkness and the light, right? The yin and the yang. And you stepping into your power by taking responsibility, being able to see your inner beauty, the fact that you are beautiful inside and out, and that there's nothing wrong with you, and that all that needs to happen is just healing. You have to clean up your own mess. That's part of taking responsibility. So for your healing, not taking responsibility for how people hurt you, but taking responsibility for your own healing. And this is all about healing your inner child. Now, the next card that I want to put out here is from the Earth Warriors Oracle. This is Lena. And you can see there's that skull. There is moons in this card, and it says, what must be shall be. And this is what this card represents. You have beautiful dreams and inspired, bold ambitions. You are guided to believe that they are a natural expression of your soul, something that is meant to be. Life will support you in the expression of those dreams and ambitions, even in the moments where it seems to be struggle rather than support that you are experiencing. The process of transformation into full maturity involves learning how to grow through light and through darkness, back to light again. You will always find your way back to the light. Have faith in yourself and what must be. Dedicate yourself to what you love without hesitation. That's beautiful. Everything I literally just said, this card just summarized. So in a reading, if you pull this card, if you're experiencing loss or change, have faith. Now, faith is connected to the planet Jupiter. Jupiter brings in faith. He rules Sagittarius. They co-rule the 9th house of spirituality and faith. So this card is telling you to have faith. Sometimes things happen that seem to be working against us. It is only later that they show themselves to have been valuable ways by which we acquired the greater faith, courage, and determination that were necessary to the fulfillment of our purpose. Know that your destiny is unfolding. If you are moving through circumstances that are unlikely going to help you become your soul in fullness and you are moving through circumstances that are ultimately going to help you become your soul in fullness and splendor. Keep going. Everything happening in your life is helping you to fulfill your divine potential. Know that any darkness will give way to the light. What a powerful message. And you get the full moon in Pisces, a very watery energy that is asking you to find balance between spirituality and practicality. That's very real. Pisces is the spiritual realm ruled by Neptune. The father archetype is the rationality, the masculine energy, the emperor, the wise sage. So you're balancing your spirituality with your practicality. The next card from the Starseed Oracles is Earthed, learning how to be human. So you are learning how to be human, and you have to remember that you are in the world, but you are also not of it. And so learning how to be human requires that you understand and study what it means to be human, and the most important thing, that you allow yourself the experiences. And part of the experience of being human is going through that shamanic death ritual which Jupiter Pluto put us through, so that we can emerge healed. Part of that purpose of being human is to learn how to heal yourself. So this last card I'm going to share with you is from the Isis Oracle, and there's a message in the back that I'm going to read to you. Queen of Heaven. The Queen of Heaven, the Divine Empress of the Skies, acknowledges your feminine authority now, as a man or as a woman. You have a life path of spiritual leadership to bring qualities of mercy, compassion, and wisdom into the world. And that's powerful and that resonates a lot with this reading, because the father figure is that Saturn energy, and Saturn also conjuncted Pluto, and he represents leadership as well. So there is some sort of, how can I say this? There is some responsibility that's going to come onto your shoulders in the next 3 months, and you're going to have to figure out how to patiently work through whatever comes up, because your job this next 3 months is to go through a growth spurt to you becoming more mature and more wise. So I hope this reading resonated with you. Let me know in the comments if it did, and we'll see you again for phase 2 of Jupiter-Pluto conjunction in June. All right, pile number 3, your theme from the archetype cards is the Starborn or Starseed. And then you also get the eagle, the frog, and the lamb. I want you to just take a look at these symbols and let them create an image in your mind's eye of what could possibly be the meaning, and keep observing them as I talk. So when we get the Starborn card in the beginning of this reading, what this tells me is this is a message for a lightworker. This is a message for a starseed. This is a message for someone who is not from here, who has had lifetimes in other planets, in other solar systems, in other constellations, in other stars, and has now brought that knowledge and that wisdom with them into this lifetime, incarnated, chosen to incarnate as a human being to help in the ascension of the planet. And right now, we are needed. Right now, it's time to step up. This Jupiter-Pluto conjunction for starseeds, lightworkers, and all of these beings of light is specifically a call for us to step up. And you have a very powerful message to bring to the world. The eagle is, in Native American culture, is the bird that flies closest to the sun. And in Native American culture, the sun represents the divine. The sun is God. The eagle rules the sky, right? You could think like, oh, I just got chills. The lion is actually the king of the jungle, right? The desert or whatever. And the eagle is the king of the skies. That's how you can think of the eagle, right? Rules the skies. And what the eagle does is it takes your prayers and it takes them straight to God. So in a sense, the eagle doesn't mess around, right? The eagle is a channel. The eagle wants to take you from point A to point B. The eagle has a very powerful message. And when you look at eagles in the wild, they don't mess around. They have this energy about them that is so strong. You can almost feel their spiritual connection. You can almost feel their power. You can feel their power. And you can see it when they hunt, you can see it when they eat, you can see it when they arrive, and all of the other birds just go flying away. Everyone runs away when the eagle comes. No one messes with the eagle. It's kind of like in that movie, the Avatar movie, where they have their ikrans, and those are the birds that they fly on. Well, that big monster ikran, which at the end of the movie, he basically gets the vision of how to get on that one and control it, because that's what they do. It's like they're able to like get a hold of them, control them, right? To sort of like grab their power. Well, that's kind of what the eagle is like. Everyone runs when the eagle comes because the eagle doesn't mess around. So the eagle being here could be one of two things. This could be you. It's time for you to stop messing around. And if you really truly feel like you are a light worker, and if you really truly feel like you're a starseed, you have to start living out your mission, because this is the time. I don't want to say time is running out, but this is the time for you to step up. Very important. The other meaning could be that for the next 3 months, Spirit is here to take you to the fast track towards your mission, because the eagle takes you straight to God. It doesn't diddle daddle. It doesn't take corners. It doesn't go around in circles. It'll take you on the fastest route from here to there. And there is enlightenment. Here is where you are. There is enlightenment. There is God. There is union, right? There is mission. There is purpose. It'll take you there. So what's needed for you to get ready for this journey? I also feel that the eagle energy is Pluto, and Jupiter will expand the eagle's power in your life to transform your life. What you need to do for these next 3 months is you need to cleanse yourself. The frog is all about cleansing. It's also about not getting lost in emotional pain and turmoil. So cleanse yourself with water. Drink lots of water. Take, showers or baths or whatever. Get in water. Water will help heal you, cleanse you from the inside and from the outside. That's literally what water does. Water is life, mini wichoni. And with you cleansing yourself of anything, any kind of darkness, any emotional, starseeds are very empathic. They have a hard time with this world, with this physical time-space reality, because they don't understand the negative emotions. So when you feel the negative emotions, it overwhelms you. You have to cleanse yourself. You're going to have to focus on doing a lot of cleansing in these next 3 months, because you're getting ready to bring in the message that you came to give. The Lamb is about prophecy. And the prophecy, if you didn't notice, the prophecy is coming true. Lots of prophecies have been told, and they're all coming true in like 2020. I'm just kidding. But we've got, we had the 2012, the end of the Mayan calendar. We have now, the prophecies of the Aquarian age, and the transition, and the light workers and the star seeds. It's all coming alive right now. This is the time to dance. So you have a message, a prophetic message, and you are the message. So time to get to work, honey. Just kidding. From the Earth Warriors Oracle. I love this reading. This is my favorite reading of all the ones. From the Earth Warrior Oracle, you get Clan of the Wolf Heart. We are the ones we've been waiting for. So fitting, right? Again, the prophecy. Speaking of prophecies. So you belong to the clan of the Wolf Heart. This is a soul tribe with boundaries beyond bloodlines and geography. It is based on soul connection to love's wisdom and higher truths of Great Spirit. The clan is united through wolf medicine and the heart. These are the qualities of the divine feminine that unify, allowing for a palpable experience of oneness that brings power to our collective wisdom and purpose. Reach out for help from others, whilst you honor and respect your individuality and your own unique life journey. Balance social time with taking care of your own individual needs, including the need for time out in solitude to hear your inner truths and renew yourself. Anger can be a sign from the soul, a sacred gift that asks you to deal with the situation, to bring about something different and more empowering. Use your anger as a sacred gift with compassion and clear purpose. Fight wholeheartedly when you need to safeguard what truly matters. Be open to a greater guiding wisdom so that you know when to be merciful and when to cut something completely off. Believe in the power of your inner voice and do not silence yourself. This is powerful stuff right here, my friend. You're very close to achieving your goal. The gibbous moon. Yup. We are close to reaching, the point where it's time, where there's no more time left, right? We are here. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are very close to achieving our goal. So now is not the time to give up. You are not alone. I love this. Isolation, physical connection, community, again, relevance to the wolf gang, the wolf clan. Okay, if you know anything about wolves, they protect each other and they live in community. This is the community of light workers that this is pointing towards, that you're not alone and you're part of a clan, a group, a community of light workers, galactic federation. You are part of this group and you're all here doing the same thing. We're all here doing the same thing, bringing the prophecies alive. We are the prophecy. We are the message. It's time to wake up to that. Your last card is this one. Look how beautiful that is. The hourglass. Remember, I was like, time's running out. Well, I don't know. Maybe it is. But I'm going to read this message to you, which comes in the card. Past life, present power. Ooh, I'd love that already. As the soul grows in service to the great feminine and her intention that all beings be healed and free, it gathers internal resources to assist on the path. These resources include powers and gifts from other lifetimes. You are currently integrating past life abilities. Be open to what is taking place as your soul awakens ancient power and abilities in you. Dang. Oh my God, this reading is cool. So this reminds me a little bit of, I've been reading a lot of Matias de Stefano. He's an Argentinian kid. He's like younger than me, who woke up 12 years old, could remember his past lives, all of a sudden had a revelation. And he's been teaching ever since. But he talked about how we connect to past lives. And right now we are at a very crucial point where a lifetime from 12,000 years ago, before the cataclysm or during the cataclysm, and now those two lives are uniting, they're merging as one. So we're receiving the wisdom of that lifetime. And it's time for us to use it and then to bring it out, to teach it. Remember, we are the ones we've been waiting for. I hope this message resonated with you. Get ready, because it's on. But I'll see you next time, and we'll see what phase 2 has for you in June. All right, pile number 4. The theme for you is the shape shifter card. And then we've got these 3 animal cards following it, the tarantula, the hyena, and the cobra. And I want you to just look at the cards and let the images speak to you intuitively. We'll talk about the shapeshifter first. What is a shapeshifter? What's the archetype of the shapeshifter? The archetype of the shapeshifter is the person who can, it's a very mutable energy. It's a very flexible energy. They can shapeshift. They can become something else. They're flexible enough to be something else or to become something else so that they can get the work that needs to be done. A shapeshifter, there's another sort of way that you can describe a shapeshifter, and it is someone who is like a trickster, someone who becomes something else, like as an illusion, and then and then goes and does something to you, and you don't know that it was that person because they looked like they were something else, right? A shapeshifter has this power to appear to be something different, to transform into other things. So they can be a shapeshifter that turns into a wolf, at night, brings you a message. And usually when you think of Native American cultures, the shapeshifter was usually a powerful person in the community, sometimes even the shaman. And they had these powers, right? Powers to transform the way they were seen, or appear to look different, or literally become something else. So what does this have to do with you? Well, let's look at the tarantula, let's look at the hyena, and let's look at the cobra, and let's see what does this first initial card these three cards tell us about this first initial card. Well, the tarantula is a card about being at a crossroads. Being at a crossroads and getting ready to claim your life's purpose. It's like the Two of Swords, right? There's a decision that needs to be made, and if you don't make this decision, it's almost like you will be lost. And the decision is between these two different points, right? When you're at a crossroads, you got to choose which way to go. So that energy relates to the shapeshifter because you can choose where to go next. You can choose where to take your life next. And the shapeshifter knows that there's not just one way to do it. There's multiple ways to do it. There's multiple ways of getting things done. Now, the hyena is an interesting message because the hyena is about, basically, it's humor, it's wit, it's sarcasm. But the message that the hyena brings is about stopping messing around and starting to take your goals seriously. Like, you can't stay at this crossroads forever. You can't sit here and wait. You have to make a choice. And that's what this Jupiter-Pluto conjunction in these next 3 months is about for you. It's time to make a choice. It's time to start going in the direction, but you are the one that has to make the choice first. You can't just keep sitting on your butt and waiting for the universe to give you the answer, because you hold the answer within you. You have to discover the answer within you. And the way you're going to discover this answer, and one of the ways that you can do this, is by activating the power of the cobra, which is the kundalini energy. It's that meditative power. It's pausing, not waiting or procrastinating, but pausing in stillness and waiting and listening for the inner teacher. The cobra represents a teacher or a spiritual guardian. So someone's here watching over you, and this energy is ever present for you, and it's protecting you, and it's loving you. And this energy of the cobra is found deep within us in the form of this inner teacher, and it manifests externally in those special guides who've led us along our path. So what your job is to do with these next 3 months is to become a student again, to be ready to learn, to take the path less traveled, to take the road less traveled, to make your choice. You're at the crossroads. Which way direction are you going to go? Take the path less traveled. Don't be afraid. Go forward and trust that you are being completely guided. You get the Estanatlehi, turquoise changing woman. Again, the symbol of change and transformation, right? Shape-shifting change. This is interesting. These two coincide. Now this card she says, I am the turquoise moon mother, and I come to you now with a message of change. And you could think of the cobra has brought this being to you. This may be a change that you want or change that you fear. But either way, I will show you how to use this change to become stronger, wiser, and more empowered to fulfill your divine destiny. Do not fear the changes around you and within you. Trust in the timing of what is happening in your world. When this card pulls up, change is upon you. So the next 3 months are going to be a lot of changes. It is essential for your continued growth, and you do not need to fear it. As you allow for this change, remain steadfast in your inner spiritual connection. This gives you courage, trust, peace, and reassurance, and you will find ways to navigate the shift so that your life improves through the process. If you are thinking of making a change, you are encouraged to do so without trying to force it. Be open and do your part to the best of your ability, but also tune into your sense of divine timing, asking the universe for help and allowing life to unfold according to its own rhythm of creative, loving intelligence. So this is also about, there's an element of trust. You got to trust, but you got to take that first step. You got to claim your life purpose back. The end of a tough cycle approaches, the full moon in Capricorn. Love that. The void. That's interesting. The void is about stopping, embracing the darkness, that great cosmic womb. Did you know that at the center of the Milky Way galaxy is a black hole? Basically, we're being like flushed down the toilet. I'm just kidding. But there's a imagery there that is funny. We are spinning in space. The galaxy spins, right? And there's this black hole, there's this void at the center of the Milky Way. And if we were to worry about the end of the world, right? If we were to worry about the end of times, where would we go? We might as well just give up now. And you might be feeling that way right now. But now is not the time to give up. Now is the time to understand that a lot of changes are coming, that it's time to basically buckle up, get ready, put your I'm not even going to say that. Put your big girl pants on and get on with it, or your big man pants on, right? Get on with it. It's time. It's time. How much longer are you going to keep waiting? You will see that the minute you make that choice, you choose your path, you reclaim your purpose, everything will change for the better. This is your card that you get from the Isis Oracle cards. Just look at this image. And I'm going to read you the message from the back. Healing the Divine Masculine. The Divine Masculine within provides protection, discernment, healing, and a sense of deep safety and holding, even through the most uncomfortable circumstances of life. Your inner masculine is going through healing right now, growing stronger in the ability to offer you inner protection and stability, so that your inner feminine can blossom with creative expression. So you're healing this aspect of yourself that has to do with taking action. And as you heal this part of yourself and you start to actually take right action, take spiritual action, take action focused on your purpose, that is when things will start to move quicker and quicker. Time will accelerate and you'll move closer and closer to this great awakening towards your life purpose, towards your destiny. So just remember, the end of a tough cycle is approaching. You got to get through these next few months and you'll be fine. You're going to be learning a lot. So I'm excited for you. Let me know in the comments how this reading resonated with you, and I will see you again in June for phase 2 of this transit.